filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back with another episode. And today we are going to talk about Bowl Watch. It's the last week of the regular season, and there's some games with bowl implications on the line. So we got to talk about those. But first, I'm going to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the network. It helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose network. Now, like I said, this is a network. So we have shows. We have the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave every Tuesday and Friday between from 7 to about 8:30ish. Now, I'm not sure if they're going live this Black Friday. So be on the lookout just in case. We got Unfazed every Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, featuring Joe and AJ. We have BWT, Baseball with Teddy, baseball episodes. We have FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Week 13 started yesterday, and unfortunately for my Ravens, it started horrendous. But still got a shot at the division, and that's all that matters. But no episodes for him this week. Look out for him next week. Next, we have RBO, Real Ballers Only, featuring Vaughn, NBA Show, Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport, featuring Dave, and we got In the Red Corner, featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo, boxing episodes. They went live this past Sunday, so make sure you check that out. They got all your boxing needs there, and that's all the shows we have on the network. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to them as well. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. All right, so like I said, this is Bowl Watch. We got a couple games to go over for today and a couple games for tomorrow. Now, unlike my preview show where I give you keys and pick a winner and explain why, it's a lot of games. So I'm going to just pick a winner and briefly explain why I got that team winning and making or not making a bowl. So we're going to start with the games today, which is Friday. We got the first game, the Egg Bowl, 7th-ranked Ole Miss at Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State is the team with the bowl implications on the line, 5-6. Ole Miss cannot afford to lose. If they do, it will look bad, and they probably will miss the playoffs with this terrible loss. This game is 12 o'clock on ABC. So, my winner, I'm picking Ole Miss. Why? That offense. I think that offense is going to be explosive under Trinidad Chambliss. I do think it will be a good game, however, because it is the Egg Bowl, and last year's Egg Bowl was a good one as well. Even though Mississippi State went winless in the SEC, I do think Mississippi State does have a competent team to compete, but I just think that Ole Miss offense is a bit too much, and I think they win the Egg Bowl, and Mississippi State does not make a bowl game. Next, we have 13th-ranked Utah at Kansas. Kansas is 5-6. They are the one with bowl implications on the line. Utah needs this win to possibly stay alive for the college football playoffs, 12 o'clock on ESPN. They also need this game to possibly stay alive for a Big 12 championship appearance, which I don't think BYU loses to. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll say that. Anyway, my winner, I'm going with Utah. I think Utah defense is too much for this Kansas offense. Now, this Kansas offense, they do have a lot of explosive weapons, but with the speed of this Utah defense, I think they can neutralize the speed of the Kansas offense, and I don't think Kansas defense gets many stops against Devin Dampier and this Utah offense. So I am going to take Utah on the road to beat Kansas in this game, and Kansas will not make a bowl game. Next, we have Ohio at Buffalo. Buffalo's 5-6. I did go over this game yesterday in my podcast about the Black Friday game. So please tune into that. I'm gonna skip this one because it's in a previous episode. So please go back and listen to it. If you haven't, if you have, then you know who my winner is and why. So we'll skip that one. And the last game today that has bowl game implications. So the last game of Bowl Watch 2025 is Temple at North Texas, 3:30 on ESPN. Now Temple is 5-6. They're the one with the bowl implications. North Texas, on the other hand, needs this win to stay alive for a possible AAC championship appearance. But my winner, going North Texas. Offense is just going to be way too much for the Temple defense to handle. I wouldn't be surprised if Temple only gets one stop. North Texas offense is way too much. And I know the head coach just accepted the Oklahoma State job. He's going to be coaching throughout the entirety of the year and then move on to Oklahoma State. And what way to go out then with the possibility of playing for an AAC title, which I don't even know the last time North Texas played for a title. So I'm taking North Texas, and I think Temple does not make a bowl game. So to summarize for Friday, I don't think any team makes a bowl that has bowl implications on the line today. I don't think Mississippi State makes one. I don't think Kansas makes one, and I don't think North Texas makes one. And again, for my Ohio and Buffalo pick, please refer back to my last live or last episode yesterday. Now we're going to move on to Bowl Watch for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Bowl Watch, and we're going to start with Kentucky at Louisville. Kentucky is 5-6. They are the one with the bowl game on the line. This game is 12 o'clock on the ACC network. And I thought long about this, but I'm taking Louisville. I'm going to take Louisville. Why? I know Louisville has been down the last 3 weeks, but nothing like a bowl game to get you recharged, get you reset. And with the added benefit of knocking Kentucky out of bowl contention, I think Louisville will be up for this game. So I am going to take Louisville in this one, and Kentucky will not make a bowl game. Next, we have Houston at Baylor, 12 o'clock on TNT. Baylor is the team trying to make a bowl game at 5-6. Houston, just probably playing for a better bowl game, to be honest. Can't win the Big 12. No college football implications. This win would possibly just get them a better bowl and put them close to a 10-win season with winning a bowl because they are currently 8-3. My winner, though, I think I'm just going with the upset here. Well, I'm going to go with Baylor, I think. I think Baylor have been in games. Houston not playing well of late. And I think Baylor with this offense, Trigg, these seniors, or guys that possibly can go pro, I think they rally at home on senior night and get a W. So I'm going to take Baylor to win and make a bowl game this season against Houston. Even though I love Willie Fritz and the boys, I think Baylor gets this one and wins a bowl game. Next, we have Colorado at K-State. K-State comes into this one 5-6 with the possibility to make a bowl. Colorado season's over. They're just trying to play spoiler here. This game is 12 o'clock at FS1. I'm going to take K-State to win this game and make a bowl because K-State has been playing better football of late. They almost upset Utah last week. They've been on a run. They beat TCU. They've been playing better football. This is the football I expected K-State to play early in the year. It just didn't happen to work out that way. So I'm going to take K-State to beat Colorado and make a bowl game. Next, we have UCF at BYU. 1 o'clock on ESPN2. Now, UCF is 5-6 with the bowl game implications. BYU needs this win to make the Big 12 championship. And I'm going to roll with BYU to win and make the Pac-12, Pac-12, oh my God, Big 12 championship. Why? Defense. This UCF offense doesn't have a quarterback. Let's be real. They just don't have a quarterback. And with this BYU defense, I think they suffocate this UCF offense, and then they just pound them in the running game with Bear Bachmeier, and LJ Martin. So I'm going to take BYU to win this game and UCF to not make a bowl game. Next, we have UTEP at Delaware. Delaware comes into this one 5-6, 1 o'clock on ESPN2. UTEP, no, not eligible to make a bowl game. That they don't have enough wins. This is just a spoiler at this point. And I'm going to take Delaware. I think Delaware squeezes this one out. I think Delaware. Now, let me say this. UTEP offensively has been better these last few weeks. But I think Delaware at home with the possibility of making a bowl game, senior night, again, just like Baylor, I think they get it done. I think they get it done with Joe Silver in the backfield. I just think Delaware gets it done. I think they squeeze out a victory against UTEP. So I'm going to take Delaware to win and make a bowl game. Next, we have Georgia Southern at Marshall, in which both teams sit at 5-6 with the ability to make a bowl game. This game is 1:30 on ESPN Plus. I'm going to roll with Marshall at home to win and make the bowl game. Georgia Southern has been bad all year. Been giving up a ton of points. I think Marshall also has been bad, but I do think Marshall ekes this one out. I'm gonna just roll with the home team here. Give me Marshall to win and make a bowl game. Next, we have Arkansas State at Appalachian State again, both 5-6. So the winner makes a bowl. This game is 2:30 on ESPN Plus. And my heart is telling me go Arkansas State with Jalen Rayner and Chris Rucker. But Arkansas State, man, they're just so wishy-washy. I can't get a beat on them. I just can't. So shout out to you. Appreciate you for joining the live. But I've been thinking about this one. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna take Arkansas State after blowing that game to South. You know what? Yeah, after blowing that game to South Alabama last week, I think they rebound and get it done here to beat Appalachian State and make the bowl game. So I'm gonna go with Arkansas State here. Next, we got UL Monroe at Louisiana, 5-6, 3 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Louisiana is the team to possibly make a bowl game. And with that being said, I am going to roll with the Raging Cajun to get it done and make a bowl game. UL Monroe, they're a solid squad. Offensively, they beat Arkansas State early in the year, but I think Louisiana gets it done at home and they win to make a bowl game. So next, we got South Alabama at Texas State, 3 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Texas State is the team that is 5-6 with the bowl game on the line. And with that being said, I am going to roll with Texas State. I think GJ Kine will have these boys fired up, ready to go. Last game of the year at home. Bowl implications on the line. I think Kine is a great motivator. I do believe Texas State had a lot of wins that they blew, and I don't think they blow this one. I think if they get up on South Alabama, I don't think they blow this game, which I do see Texas State getting up on South Alabama with that leaky defense. So give me Texas State to win and make a bowl game. Next, we got Penn State at Rutgers, both 5-6. This game is 3:30 on Big Ten Network. So with both, either the winner makes a bowl, and I'm going to roll with Penn State. Penn State has been playing football lately, better football lately. They do have the seniors. They have the guys who should have possibly went pro last year, but came back to try to win a natty. And unfortunately, this ain't for a natty, but they would definitely be disappointed if they don't make a bowl game. So I think they rally and beat Rutgers, who's not been playing well as either, and they make a bowl game. So give me Penn State to win and make the bowl. Next, we have Army versus UTSA. Now, shout out my boy Teddy in the comments. I'm pretty sure he's talking about games this week. I agree with all four. Now, I don't know how this works because this Army has the bowl game implications here at 5-5. But they play again after next week. They play Navy in the Army Navy game. So I'm going with UTSA at home. UTSA is just a different beast, and UTSA was another team I was high on that didn't quite live up to the expectation. But I do think that they beat Army here, and I won't say won't make a bowl because they still play Navy in the regular season. So they have a chance to still make a bowl in the Army Navy game, which I do think Navy wins. But I'm picking UTSA. Next, we have Florida State at Florida, 4:30 on ESPN2. Florida State sits at 5-6 and is the one with the bowl implications. Florida is done. They can't make a bowl. And with that being said, I'm going with Florida in this matchup, surprisingly enough. At home, you get to play spoiler to a rival. Florida State hasn't been looking great either. They got upset against NC State on the road. Again, they're on the road again this week. They have not been great on the road. I'm going to take Florida to win and for Florida State to not make a bowl game. Shout out to Teddy. He said that's the parlay for the day. I ain't mad at you. I like all four. Next, we have Oregon State at Washington State. Washington State 5-6. This game is 6:30 on CW Network. Oregon State has only won 2 games. I'm going with Washington State here, man. Oregon State is probably one of the worst power conference, used to be power conference football teams here. Oregon State's in the running for one of the worst teams in the collegiate game. Well, Washington State put up they're not trash. They're not great, but they got some wins. You know, San Diego State was a big win. So I'm gonna roll with Washington State here. They play at home. Bowl implications. Oregon State is awful. Give me Washington State in this one. Rice at South Florida, 7:00 on ESPN Plus. Rice coming into this one is 5-6. South Florida needs this to possibly stay alive for AAC championship. I think it's over, but just in case. No, I think they're done because I think it's a 3-man race it's a 3-man race. It's between Tulane, Navy, and North Texas. South Florida's done, but still. I'm taking I'm taking South Florida. South Florida run game is going to be way too much for this Rice defense. South Florida in general, Byron Brown might be too much for this Rice defense. So give me South Florida to win and Rice to not make a bowl game. And the last game, I'm not going to talk about it on the show, so I'll talk about it a little bit here. We got the Iron Bowl. 10th ranked Alabama at Auburn. This game is 7:30 on ABC. Auburn comes into this one 5-6. Alabama needs this to go to the SEC championship game. We're going to roll with Bama to win. I will say Auburn will play this game tough. It is tough to go into Auburn and win a game. So with that being said, I think Alabama struggles, but they get it done at home on the road. So give me Bama to win and Auburn to not make a bowl game. And that is the end of Bowl Watch 2025. I can't wait to come back at y'all with my episode tomorrow, talking about the big games to watch tomorrow. Should be a fun one. Please, again, like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate it all. Y'all enjoy. Hopefully, y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving beyond the Ravens. Like the Ravens, oh my God. But Michigan State, like I said, basketball won. We're undefeated 7-0 for the first time since 2015, 2016, which that year ended bad. That was the year where we lost first round to Middle Tennessee State after winning the Big Ten championship easily and winning the Big Ten tournament. But yeah, Ravens kind of did a number on my Thanksgiving, but hopefully I had good food, was around your family, spent time with them. I did. I had fun. Enjoy the Black Friday games today and tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow to talk about the games tomorrow morning. And then it's on the conference championship week, man. And again, so far, I got Joe and Ace joining me yet again for another conference championship week. So far, things may change, but that's all I got for y'all today. I'm about to go watch Virginia Tech versus VCU in college basketball. I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.